I'll start soon once viewers get here, and then I'll just came up the chair and to the floor. But no, I think it's comfortable. I got everything going on here. Don't seem to need the AC. Nice to be a nice breeze. I should really the door open, but it's gonna be noisy out there now. So just gonna wait for viewers. I'm expecting one or two. I guess Mark might think that I'm really live because one of my viewers had, and I'll put the video on in a moment. One of my viewers was in their chat and seemed to be suggesting it. So I might think, oh, if he's live, I might pop in. But I know I want to go for a walk. I mean, not want to be on his voice while I was walking. Might prefer to be more present than that, but maybe I'll get a notification and say, oh, there's two of them, so this must be. We wait forever for the viewer to get here. It's almost acceptable where I would have preferred a one-on-one call because I know that they would like to do that. Ah, is it? Oh, right. Canada, right. Got a hello. Oh, hi. How are you? Glad to have you here. You and possibly some of the others from your home and music group. Sorry, read that a certain way. Don't mind me. Get it right sometimes. So yeah, it was nice to see you there. It's nice to see you here. Didn't have to wait very long. Yeah, I was 7 minutes behind, 7-ish minutes, because something distracted me. So I didn't realize that their stream had finished up. And you're like, it has. Start your stream. Hey. Just making sure you're there because the indicator. Okay, now it says it's one again. Sorry, I had to put my phone down for a moment. So yeah, not sure if you're watching with other than how much time you may have. It's really being wonky on the top there. Honestly, I think the AC is noisier, even though they said they didn't notice. Abby said that, and I think I was at the piano. Maybe I wasn't. I don't think she's heard me musically all that much, actually. But yeah, so must have been someone else I was asking if the AC was too loud or just that I thought it was, because it is kind of loud and I was closer to it, but I was playing music and I'd like to do that now as well. So Hymith, are you there? Do you have any song requests? I think you gave a couple of good song requests last time. Can't remember that fella's name. I want to say it was John. He is a developmental disability, but so he kind of communicates a little differently. But yeah, it was. You do what? Sorry. Oh, you do have some time. I guess is what you're saying. Otherwise, I guess you would be here. So, what do you guys? What time is? I keep trying to find out the time difference between here and California. I don't think it's much. And do you guys have a gig tonight? And yeah, only delivering from the States was easier. Maybe it is now. You guys had said that you sent to Canada. How long ago was that? And do you know if there was any kind of hiccups? So I wouldn't mind. No, and it's a good message that shirt says the no harm thing. It's a good message either way. I just wish you had a zip hoodie. It's called Remember the Rain by 21 Centrally. Never heard of it. But thankfully, we got a sunny but kind of breezy day. The area is a little bit busy at the moment, various things going on. So I'd like to be out enjoying it, and I might in a bit. I wish I had those benches on the inside, but I don't think they don't use it as a skating rink, so I don't know why they wouldn't. But I can just sit sideways or whatever. I just hope it's not too busy there. But at least there's something, I'm McKean. So I might join them. I wish I'd asked, but it's yeah. Gotta really appreciate that breeze. And if it's like last night, we'll be able to have our dinner out there too. So probably pasta. I might make something else for him because we don't have a lot of pasta, even though we did groceries today, we should a bit more. And because I'm picky. So I don't like some of the things he likes, and he likes all the things I like. Any other song requests? Oh, I guess that's what you were saying, that you do have a song request. Do you have any others? And I only see one person watching, I think. I do, but I don't know if that's the case or not. But I do see 2 likes, so that's nice. Hymith, if any of the other fellas are around, you should get them to come join the chat on their, even if they don't have videos on the channel, if they have a channel they can watch stuff on, right? And give some likes and all that. That'd be nice. And there's another band with that number in it, but I don't know much of their stuff either. And then there's been A2. Is that what that other one's called? What a weird brand name, eh? That's a lot of blinks. Anyway, yeah, but any rock, country, you know. Something else I wouldn't mind talking with you about. I'm glad that we did, kind of get things settled on the Markin. Oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible song. Mountain Dew, have you been here before? Are you the guy that's enjoyed the piano music before and is on the employment stream and sent money before? I think there's been 2 people with a similar name to that, actually. Yeah. No, that. Oh, you are. Okay, how are you? Mountain Dew or Mountain Don't? Just kidding. Don't forget to give a like. But that is the question. By the way, I came up with a pretty funny title for this video. It was like him, here, he. I don't know. It was goofy. He had to have been there as I was writing it. You can look at it later. Anyway, well, I also have someone that follows the channel that goes, but chillin', and you're not chillin', but you are chillin'. Who's been here? I know. Oh, well, I don't remember you guys being here at the same time because it's only been on 2 or 3 other videos so far, recently, too. I don't remember the picture. Looks like an interesting bike helmet or something. I got out on the bike today, which was nice. Bike. But yeah, that song title, meh. The band, yeah, all of it. Not my kind of stuff. I'm hoping on it. So, I guess I can say, oh, by the way, no worries about it. No worries about it. Sorry, I have something stuck in my tooth. I hope you won't mind. Mountain Dew. Is there a first name I can call you? No worries about the payment not coming through. It didn't work as an e-transfer either for some weird reason. But hopefully, if I did eventually, again, I asked some questions about the shipping to Hymith, and if we did do that, hopefully, watch for a bit and get a sense of it. And I'm glad to have you here. Hopefully, it would. Oh, I'm fine. All right. Now, can you call me Spin 30th? Oh, you're leaving already, Cicely Nash or Nash Cicely or Cecil Nash? Funny, I saw Lucy today. It's fine. I'm really thankful for the 3rd like. Anyway, yeah, it didn't go through. I guess it wasn't meant to. That it's really strange. We don't know why, even as an ET, unless somehow we missed it. Okay, good. Just have a nice day. Sounded like see you later. Take care. Have a nice day, kind of thing. Did that? It's Cicely Nash. So that's a cool name. Haven't heard that in a while. The comment just above you saying your name. What does it say? There's a funny little symbol by it, just to know exactly what it says. A favorite music video and a song that's currently. Oh, why do that? Another update. It says hello. I see it as well. I see the symbol again, and one says hello. But hey, ain't nothing wrong with spreading the love, right? Better than spreading hate. Um, but the other thing is, our income tax basically songs for the most part. Basically, they owed us some money from 10. I mean, we've only been with you for 8 years, but from 10 years ago. So I guess him as well when he called to inquire about disability or whatever. Why he called them, I don't know. Other than that, they do have it on the records that I'm on. That um, they said, "Oh yeah, there's actually some money that we could." I feel like the term is backdraft, ironically, because of that workshop handout. So yeah, we can get that. We just have to get a doctor to sign it and fill out some forms. So hopefully that won't be too challenging. Better for him to wait till he's. I know we want to get it done or whatever, but better for him to wait till he's possibly out of the job he's in now because even though it might take some time, he really can't afford to be away from there, even if it's awkward. He can't afford to be away from there too much because the pay is important. Just an employment thing our household is going through, or kind of unemployment, but some good is a bit easier, or a favorite concert, or a concert you'd like to go to, or the other one I asked and forgot already. I'm going to put the phone down. I think I'm going to turn on the AC. I've got a fan next to me, and I'm really not feeling it. I don't know why. Oh, I bet yours just getting noisy out there to have the doors open right now, but we'll try and get out there in a bit. I'm so hungry. I was just looking. Oh, here it is. Bright color, and I don't see it over there now, so that's kind of annoying. It won't be Saturday, but I'm there. I'm just talking to the screen and to myself for a moment. Thursday. Okay. I'm hungry. I feel like I need to eat a piece of cheese. Although I was gonna have. Oh, the dog was gonna get to the chair, but go to the chair, but he loves cheese. But you know what? It's a hot tomorrow now, so we can't really afford to give you any. Maybe a very small amount. And I'm only having a small amount myself because I just ate a little. I just ate fairly recently, and we forgot to buy more, but we also forgot to buy milk. And also, I'm gonna have a lot in my pasta tank probably. Thought you weren't okay because you look tired. Oh, I am tired. It doesn't necessarily mean someone's not okay. Or maybe I'm tired. It's 2 a.m. here. Huh? You probably are as well. I can't sleep because I'm anxious. I'm anxious. My college starts in 2 weeks. I took. Okay. Well, I was just stressed out about it. I don't know if I really have much advice about that. But if you have anything else you're stressed out about, feel free to put. Doesn't seem like we're heading in the direction of doing music anytime soon, but I did do some this morning. So I did some songs by the singer Pink. So I don't usually just eat cheese by itself. It's a little different. I mean, I have before, but it's been a while. But if you like any other colors, let me know. Hymith, are you still there? Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew? Had that swelling on my cheek again. Every time it happens, I keep thinking I'm getting some sort of cancer. And it goes down after a few days. Weird. You're so? And there's no funny symbol with that. You're saying, hey, oh, you're still here. Okay, good. So where are you watching from? But it's 2 a.m. I mean, I'm sure lots of places are that time of day right now, but where are you watching from? Yeah, I don't prefer. I tried to order some of this string cheese, that you pull, but I think it's too expensive. India, okay. We have some singing bowls. We have some flutes from there. Um, I'm not really as proficient with them as the other person in our home. And so you're college age, and I'm guessing, especially with your culture, that you're not going into college later in life, that you're probably 18 or 19. Um, um, well, a lot of colleges can be seen that way. Yeah, yeah, I play guitar, piano, and sing. Do you play something? I'm glad that you're of age. So cool that they, that the young generation find me so cool. I mean, hey, I'm pretty laid back and fun, so I mean, why would they, right? They'd be uncool if they didn't. Just saying. You used to play the piano. Why don't you anymore? And what did you used to like to play on the piano? I wouldn't imagine that a lot of people in your country, well, I shouldn't say this, but I don't know, just not noticed a lot of people playing pianos in India, but maybe I've not been looking either, right? So you're watching with headphones on and around other people, or would you usually? Yeah, what did you used to like to play on the piano? Who else do we got here? Hymith was watching a friend's stream and then came into here and is traveling and on tour with his music stuff too. So sounds like it's typing still and so that's the same word. Okay, well that's cool. Yeah, it was somebody I met on here a little while ago, and he was in a not great situation, and he couldn't look at it. Luckily, he's in a better one now. At least sounds like it. I look forward to the next update. And I'm working on a creative project that I want to also be doing too. But Bangalore, is that Bangladesh? Is that India though? I love the name of the place. You should visit sometime. I don't know, the free roaming cows and the busyness, the congestion. About this person that I met, somebody that got into safety, and then he kind of wasn't in safety, and now he's in safety again. It just sounded like a movie or a book, and I haven't done a lot with it lately because I've made a bit of progress, but mostly because of my device being wonky, and it looks like it may have restarted actually, just when I thought I'd scrolled to it. So that's annoying. So I'm gonna have to do that again. So annoying things like that happening. No, I asked about Bang. Oh no, but they obviously sound very similar. So that's why I was confused. Who was the other person? Mountain Dew. Are you still there? Didn't mean to say Mountain Dew, but I just couldn't resist it. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, this is a pretty diverse, colorful, safe place to chat. For the most part, it does. I don't blame you. Yeah. It just sounds so cool for the most part. Let's think guns. Anyway, but yeah, so I believe some of the singing bowls that we have are from Bangladesh. It's just a dog's laying there, kind of at a funny angle, actually. Usually kind of lays in the other direction. He's laying there, and if I got up, I could step over him, but he'd get up, and I've had a really sore back lately, and I don't really want to. But yeah, we have quite a few singing bowls in our basement. Oh, of course, I was playing the keyboard earlier today. Yeah, it's amazing because sometimes I've not reached the goals I've hoped to reach. And now I feel like my goal is really just to continue doing music on here. Occasionally, if I get opportunities, great. But I don't drive. I don't like bars that much. So, same with G. So, the other person in our home and on this channel. So, just put the phone down for a moment. So, but looking at my laptop for a moment too. Yeah, no. Now we'll get there. Sorry, my plug just came out. Yeah, so what did you used to like to play on the piano? And are you saying that you stopped playing because you were so focused on getting ready to go into college? Um, do you play music for a living? Well, I don't know if there's a bit of a delay or a lag or whatever, but I just mentioned some of the difficulties, which I guess maybe you didn't realize might be saying that no, I don't, but I don't, and that's why. Um, Your dad used to play the guitar really well. Did he pass away or something? But I never got to learn. Oh, you still can. I'd be happy to teach you some stuff in a few moments, maybe. Because, you know, tutorials on here, except for like music schools, are pretty much killing that industry. I hate to use that word, but, music teaching. I mean, so I might as well. Is anybody making money still doing it? I mean, there might be some if they, I don't know, but he's very much healthy. Okay, because do you believe in the afterlife though? So it's just that you both used to play music, and why not anymore? I mean, if you don't have goals or you readjust your goals, it can be helpful. I had someone tell me recently, oh, maybe you could find different ways to do or approach the things you like, if not other hobbies sometimes. But I mean, I guess that's the different way, doing music on here and not necessarily performing it out very much. Of course, I believe in the after. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty common here in Canada, like a church further down our street. Actually has the pastor is actually from India, and he's been here for a few years. I still don't know if his English is that great though, because I don't talk with him a lot these days. I don't see him very much. He wears the robe and everything, but when I do, I feel like we've had a bit of miscommunications. But so you believe in heaven, but you must also have some Hindu beliefs as well, right? I'm agnostic myself. So you believe in heaven, but what I guess I was asking more so is, do you believe that angels can be with their loved ones when they pass away and possibly even communicate with them? Okay, that's interesting. And Cecil. Because Sicily's different. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. We haven't said what you used to play on the piano. We have a classical piano player in our home, not at the moment. He's at work. But we both play various stuff. He also can play flute and piano at the same time. So wouldn't it be funny if somebody didn't realize this was that stream, and then they're like, oh, hey, I've seen that guy. It's like, yeah, probably here. Pretty much right place. Yeah. I've already took it. But I'm glad that your father is healthy. And hopefully your mother as well. I wasn't really sensing otherwise. It was just the wording, I guess. But no. But do you believe in like that kind of communication and connection with it, or is it just simply that you believe when we die, that's where we go? You have an accent when you talk. Accents are cool. So you don't fit in with, I don't know why you're saying kids when you're almost practically an adult now. Oh, okay. Well, you write very well. Okay, so I see that's something I wouldn't have realized. We live in a pretty cultural place, and I'm not against being connected to other cultures, although I must say I'm not. It's been a quieter chapter, although it's started to be a little less so. But I'm not. When I said you're 18, I'm not. Okay, cool. It's been a quieter chapter. I'm around some other people. I mean, I'm in a workshop and a once a month thing, and seeing a relative occasionally. But otherwise, it's largely online right now, other than the person I live with. And so, yeah, but I wouldn't have realized that. I would have thought an Indian accent is an Indian accent, and other accents like it, which I'm sure are not as like it as I think they are, like Punjabi, Arab, whatever. To me, they're all very similar. But that's never really thought about how that, to the people who are of that culture, though, it's probably like, no, they're very different. I look forward to your brother Parker coming in here soon, Hymith. Oh, really? Whereabouts does your cousin live? Picked up their accent and practiced it during. Okay. Okay, well, I'm sorry that you feel like you don't fit in or possibly a bullied or whatever. I don't know. But no, I'm sure you talk lovely and you write well too. Okay, we don't want to talk much more about the music thing. We don't have to. And singing, isn't that something that we do throughout our life? Why would one ever stop singing? Unless you mean you used to sing in performance. But you mentioned something about you could be professional in playing music or to the best of your ability, even if you don't do it for a living. But yeah, I hope that something on here. It's not all about the money, but it certainly helps. Okay, cool. Yes, me too. But no, I'm just saying I felt the presence of angels before. White light energy. It's kind of an important exam. Right, right, right. It was anything, if your mother's okay, alive and well. But that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I'm glad that you say that's beautiful. I think I know what you're referring to, and that's really nice. To the second person that here, don't feel like you can't also join the conversation. If I'm not seeing your comments, then I will ask if Cicely or Cecil is still. Either way. We don't have to focus too much on it. Nash, okay, how's that? Is seeing other because hyme said that he had to go, but his brother was going to join, and I do see a second person at the top, but I don't see other comments. So, yeah, hopefully somebody can help us out with that because I think he'd probably chat. I just have to not make. I have to not feel that he reminds me of me, and then all's good. That was a former bandmate of mine, which is ironic because this friend is. That's so funny. We talked about the I ams, and I mean, somebody said I said used an I am phrase in like a meditation thing, and they said that sounds biblical almost, but you are not God. I was calling Mark God. Nobody's God but God. What helped you so much? Oh, I've started to count my blessings lately. Well, that's a good thing to do. Well, trying to strive for more. You know, I'm glad that you saw that as. Oh, right. Well, actually, it was also kind of the way they said it, but no, just for someone to jump right in with that as their first comment, and to just kind of you know do it to the extreme. I'm not a fan of either, but it's very interesting. The Catholic in India. I guess there must be quite a few Catholics in India. Do you happen to go to church as well? Or, I mean, you don't have to, but I'm thinking if you do live with your parents, then they probably made you, whether you would otherwise choose to or not. But although no one said that you're 18. So, yeah, so I wish G was home right now, and he might be soon out of work and, trying to, work through options and this and that. Yeah, I don't know if it would ever happen. You might have to come to Canada instead. But definitely he'll be more around to play the flutes and to play. When I get up next time, what I could do is play you a sound set on singing bowls. Are you very familiar with singing bowls, dearie? I could. They're on the top of the piano, and I could play them. I don't know if that goes that far. I don't think it does. Not quite. And there's big plants there. Maybe I do. From not having been there, not being super well cultured. I mean, I am in some ways, but anyway, like I say, I've had a lot of back pain, so kind of not wanting to. And I'm at 58%, and sometimes devices die well before you think they should. So, but I'll do the bowl thing. Like I say, you're very familiar with singing bowls. Like I can play them. It's hit and miss, and depending on what one I look at, how well I end up droning them. Also, do you like dogs? Give our dog a little attention along the way. He's shedding a lot lately. Now, I am going close to the AC, but hopefully it won't be too loud. I don't know if I was supposed to have started with one in particular, but oh, do you? See, and again, I'm not trying to sound racist at all with anything I'm saying, but I didn't realize. I still let you enjoy the rest of it, but the AC is very loud. We just got it hooked up. That is. There's something really wild about that. I'll tell you in a moment. But anyway, yeah, I know that a lot of people agriculture, but maybe that it's like what it used to be like, or certain parts of India where dogs run wild and they're not necessarily domesticated. But I know that a lot of people are. I don't know dogs. We have Palm, and it's very ironic. My one of my parents have my mother and my step have a 20-year-old dog named Ace. I had a dog growing up named Max, and then there's Max in the movie, but he was a Bouvier. Ace is a Min Pin. The Bouvier apparently, and it's a unique breed, just like the Airedales. Apparently, he people care for them too. Some even adopt them. Oh, I'm glad to hear that that's improving. And my friend Kim, who passed away, would be, if she didn't know that, she got to take a trip with her husband that she'd only been with for 3 or 4 years and passed away in a tragic accident while she was there. But she was big about cat rescuing and this and that. And that doesn't say where I'm at. It says, that I know her, but I'm close to him. But yeah, so basically, apparently Max was only 4 years old. And now, I mean, it's a little less tragic if you think about a dog, because I believe dog years are older than people years. So, but just to clarify for those that just tuned in, we're talking dogs. I'm going to plug in my device and be comfy again, but I'll try and do some music before we wrap up for sure. Of course, it's 2 a.m. and you might have school in the morning, right? I shouldn't have said that because I'm enjoying talking with you. Anyway, yeah, so 20 years old. Can you believe that? Not the oldest dog out there either. In fact, one of my viewers who I have a mutual connection with, although that person also has passed away, I have a lot of angels. One of my viewers, I think it was her that she said in her family, oh, okay, so you're enjoying the summer now. Have any plans particularly? Have you ever been to Canada? Maybe you have with your family. Had a 26-year-old dog in her family, and she said it was quite healthy. I also know a person, a friend's mother, who lived to be 104. But anyway, Max, yeah, it was a kind of a sad story. I was having some medication reactions when I was a child. I wasn't even in grade school yet. I was I felt like I was older than 4 or 5, but I may have started grade school late. I started in grade 4. Instead of 3 for some reason. But I came from a specialized school. And it may not have been much before then, but yeah, I must have been 6 or 7 maybe, 7 or 8. 7 or 8, because I know for sure I was turning 12 while in grade 6. Anyway, which most people probably were. Anyway, so we had my cousins living with us, and the lady and her daughters. I don't know where the other charger is. I think it dropped. Sorry, I think I dropped something under the couch. I'll have to get it later. I don't want to focus on it right now. Oh, there it is. Anyway, so chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. I did it that way because I'm holding the device with the other hand. Anyway, so we had a gate. It's so ironic seeing that girl the other day. That kind of reminded me of her one daughter and the whole treehouse thing. And one of my cousins somebody didn't close the gate. The dog had got out. I had to leave school early that day because I was having blurry vision and lockjaw, and also to find out that our dog Max had been hit by a truck near our property, and he was kind of like a gentle giant, kind of slow moving, kind of had like gray hairs amongst the black, and I honestly thought he was. Yeah, sorry if I'm talking fast. Anyway, I honestly thought he was a lot older, but not that long ago. A few years ago, my mother says that, he was only 4 when he passed away. Anyway, but that's ironic. Yeah, sorry for any lagging, by the way, and I didn't know how to not set adverts while doing a stream. But yes, if there's any particular songs you'd like to ask for, actually, a friend of mine from India, I haven't seen him in a little while on here, but he had told me about Martin Garrix and Ed Sheeran combo, and it's actually a song about the afterlife. But yeah, do you have any, like, I don't know any other languages, and I don't really personally play a lot of Indian music, but like G likes to improvise on the flute. If only he was home right now. I'm the friend who listens in my friend group. I'm the listener, and obviously a pretty good conversationalist too. So those are great traits to have, and you know, great way to be. And I'm pretty similar, so that's cool. That's very cool. It's really lovely to meet you. I'm sure you've liked the video already, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell as well. I look forward to having you here often, and you know, the connections I make on here matter to me. So if it goes quite a while, if it goes, you know, more than maybe a couple weeks where I haven't heard from someone, I do start to worry a little bit about them. So GOAN, I don't know what you mean. My parents are from. Okay, that must be a part of India. And your mother speaks Portuguese. Well, you're a very diverse individual. Because I know that a lot of people don't marry outside that I'm pretty sure I'm accurate about, outside of their culture. I'm not meaning to be racially ignorant or racist, although I never learned to speak Portuguese. That's funny because I just learned that. Am I correct in having understood a conversation earlier where somebody said that Portugal, and it's funny because I was thinking of my mother's neighbors recently, and they used to have Portuguese neighbor, Bible. Portugal is off of England. I'm glad you are. I just didn't know if anybody else might be. But at the moment, there's only one other person here. But like afterwards, when it's posted too, Portugal, because Porto, off of somewhere near England. Is that right? And you should come to Canada sometime, by the way. But it's different from the European Portugal. Oh, that AC is louder than I remember. Of course, we just hooked it up the other day. Haven't had it on a ton. Next time I'm up, I might just open the door for some air and then maybe go to the keyboard. If my laptop is behaving, or if I can maybe see if not Jesus, G's is. I don't really want to go on it, but I'm tempted if I can. If we get a song idea. Yeah, I just learned that Europe is part of the UK, but the UK is not part of Europe or some craziness like that. Anyway, but that's pretty cool. I really only speak English. A little bit of French, but not much. And 2 or 3 words in German. Right. Cool. Well, that works best for me, so as well. So you do actually have quite a few friends, though, it sounds like, which is good because it sounded like you were saying you didn't fit in. I grew up watching Sheridan TV shows. Never heard of them. I've heard of The Hotel. American TV shows. Ah, okay. Such as? Of course, not that I'm super old, but I'm older than 20s. And I don't know if a lot of the shows that people your age watch, I'm necessarily going to be familiar with unless they're classics or I see them on YT. Hello again, Kavu. How are you? Didn't stay super long the second time you came here, but hopefully you're Disney shows. Okay, well, why don't we do some Disney music then? Do you have any requests? That's funny. Very ironic, actually, because the person that just came in with a high sticker and a 6th like, yeah, pretty right. Good luck. Okay, I was reminded about a Charlie I know the other day, and then there's Charlie at the Chocolate Factory. Anyway, is really into a particular Disney movie, but we did that the other day. So, is there any other favorites? Thank you again. Sorry for any lagging or any advertisements. Hope you folks are doing well too. We are managing things. It's been a productive day. There's been a nice breeze and and perfect amount of sun. Ran into someone I hadn't seen for a while. Funny, I've seen that so many times. And then got some good news. Enjoying the streams. Maybe hymith was going to tell his brother to tune in, and his brother was like, "No, I want to go get a burger, or I want to go do this." And yeah, so I'm in B, but I don't mind that word. Music. Well, for a living, I'm in the process of becoming self-employed. But I do music, healing work, and life coaching, which kind of fits with the healing work as well, I guess. Heard that I never really put it quite that way before. How about you? Do you have work as well? And Kovu? Yeah, Matilda, I haven't heard that name in ages. I used to work for a place though that used to have I guess they would call it sister company that was based in Montana. Oh, I thank you so much, and to you as well. So it is Sicily. See, I thought that was the female version of the name Cecil, which I haven't heard, or that would be Lucille, I guess. I haven't heard of either all that much, but I have heard of Cecil as a guy's name. But that's very interesting. I guess that's a cultural thing that I didn't know. But then we had a person who was named after her grandfather, he said, named Ruby. That's been. Oh, are you? I didn't know. I thought that you're female is what you mean, because I know your age. I must have misread something there then, but that's cool. That's cool. I myself am technically unemployed currently. Help take care of grandma here and there. Nothing on payroll. Well, that's good that you're taking. Thanks for the seventh like. Cecil Nut. Isn't that actually a famous name? I've heard that name, haven't I not? Like, I don't know. Have you? I think so. Anyway, that's great that you're taking care of your grandmother. No other grandparents living? Kovu, do you believe in the afterlife? What is your profile picture of? You're like, that's my grandma. No, it does look like a person with black hair and sunglasses, though, so maybe it is. If your grandma has black hair and wears sunglasses, anyway, start with them. Anyway, but, like a movie character or something, Cecil Nash. Anyway, Sicily, sorry. It's a cool name, I must say. Nash, I would never have guessed would be an Indian last name either, but I guess there's a whole bunch of them, and they don't all have the deep and the sing and the sing deep, sing high. Thank you for the hearts. But that's cool. Okay, good to know. But yeah, that Ruby run, I might mess that up and call her again. It's a fire. I had one night that looks like a coyote or wolf. Really? It looks like a bit like a bunny and a palm tree. And Cecil, can I call you Cecil? Would you mind? And actually, that your image, it really does look like somebody like Roy Orbison or somebody with black hair and sunglasses. And it's funny because I actually saw a granny that looked a bit like that playing guitar in a video not that long ago. Okay, well, I'm agnostic. Do you also believe in the afterlife and that angels can visit and communicate with us sometimes? Yeah, my mother's surname before she married my dad was Pierre. I've heard of that. That's where the Portuguese comes in, I guess. Okay, then. See? Sorry, that's me. Anyway, that's yeah. Okay, cool. Although I'd almost think that was French. I don't know. Apparently, I'm bad with geography and names sometimes. Could you tell? See, and those laughter, especially if they're coming from the ones that are chatting. Parara. Oh, okay. What do I know? Oh, you're back. Your brother never did come in. What's his excuse? I demand to know. Thanks for coming back. We're having a grand old time, and others are welcome to join as well. See, those ha-has, I'm being funny, and I think, or at least I feel I am, and it seems like you do too. I think the ones that are chatting are realizing that, are agreeing with that. But sometimes I'm not, and it's like, and they're doing it. I don't want to give people ideas, but because the other people seem to be happily here listening, hopefully, there's 4 of you are chatting, and oh well, that's cool. That's cool. Damn, you have 8 likes. I see 7. I guess that means that the other person must have given a like. I like the number 7. Why don't I see it as 8 if you do? That's what I'd like to know. Not too sure what those emojis were. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Oh, now it says 8. Maybe a good reason. But hopefully he makes it here sometimes. It's always you. Why is it always you and never them? It's like sometimes they're around me, though. Well, that counts for a few points, but still. the question begs to be asked. So seriously, I mean, you know that this is a talk channel too, but like, got peeps got music requests, like, please give them. 306. Okay. Okay, so we've got Kavu, we've got Sicily, we've got Hymith. Do I know Mountain Dew's not here? Who's the fourth person? Oh, it was you. Okay, thanks. Little bit late on the draw, but we'll take it. Thank you so much, Cicely. I think I want to go to sleep. Okay, well, why don't you do so, and we'll talk to you some other time. I do believe that they can. I had a cardinal land in my grandpa's garage. I've been seeing a lot of blue jays lately, and I feel like I saw a cardinal not long ago with Robin. I also saw a really sad thing connected to a bird recently. But, you know, as they say, the circle of life, yes, it moves us all through faith and hope. You heard me do that song the other day, though, so I don't want you to feel like you have deja vu. But yeah, my grandmother passed away. She wasn't eating very well for a couple of weeks, and I guess this would happen as you're getting old and passing away. But we went to where we put her ashes, and there was a picnic table. It wasn't a park. It was like a nature conservatory almost kind of thing. I'm using the wrong wording, but anyway, and there was a squirrel that I think the blue jay chased off the thing. It was like, oh, that's her, and she's wanting the food on the picnic table. She's eating again. I don't know. Spirit animal. My dad's a hawk. I'm not indigenous. That's okay. It would have been fine if I was too, and probably down the line I might be. But anyway, we have to check later. Our bin truck may have. They were very noisy, and he came around the corner like almost like he was drunk, and hopefully he didn't. Hopefully he didn't drive into. Hopefully, and hoping he didn't drive into our garage. Land in my grandpa's garage the day he passed. Grandma came home later and told me he'd passed. So is there a reason previously why you connected that bird to your grandpa? I've lost all my grandparents too before I was even born, actually, I believe. And one in 2019, giving all the details, and one in many years before. I'm glad you guys don't find the AC too noisy. Help calm your anxiety, distract your anxiety. That's good to hear, Cicely. Okay, that makes sense. My condolences, brother. Thanks. I don't know if that was to me or somebody else, but thanks. I mean, I remember you like say, but I don't mind those words. Oh, okay. When my dad's mother passed. Oh, really? Isn't that wild, eh? So I guess it's something in your family. Okay, cool. Now I want to open up about something else. I feel like I'm familiar, although Sicily, how the heck you say it, left. So we've got Kubu, we've got hyme. I don't know who the third one is. But I have something that burnt chair still from this conversation. And I'm just, wanted to be most comfortable, and I'm not too sure. Is there comments I'm not seeing other than the names I've mentioned? And yeah, what are the bros doing, hymith? So we do have at least 2, possibly 3 religious people here. But there's no reason why religion can't coexist with things like, this topic of the afterlife, as we are mentioning. And I feel energies in that way sometimes. White light healing energies, my loved ones mostly, occasionally someone else's. But I really appreciate the YT community so very much. And platitude and different types of conditions. But I'm also wondering what people think of just a random question. Something made me think of it earlier, of the LGBT community. And also, Kavu, if you wouldn't mind, I'd be happy to try and channel your grandfather. I've channeled some people's grandparents actually on this channel before. See, I studied hydrogen fusion for a while. Oh, that would especially interest the other fellow who you met the other day, because he has a sciencey background, I came to the conclusion that we are nothing but observers of a creation. We are a creation, observing creation. I think I've heard that too. No, and no, only us three. You seeing all of us. Okay. But Cicely did go to bed, I'm pretty sure. So hyme, I'm not sure who the person is. I am wishing everybody well, genuinely, and I hope that you're liking the vibe, you're liking the conversation. Because if not, there's lots of. I mean, I'm not being rude, but there's lots of other things that could be watched. And that would be fine. That you might want to talk on or might more enjoy watching. But if you are enjoying being here, I'm happy about that. It's just you always wonder what what kind of things that person might be thinking but not saying for some reason, you know. But at the same time, I guess we were conversing at quite a speed there, so maybe it was just hard to keep up and chat. But all I say is send through to the best of your ability. Don't try and censor yourself too much. If I'm confused, I'll ask. And yeah. And if a comment's too long, you might have to put it as two. I'm enjoying your conversation. I appreciate you giving us your time. Oh, I mean, I've done the thing I needed to do for today. So, I mean, other than some evening routine stuff, there's not a whole lot that I'm doing. So, I mean, I appreciate having the company as I try to pass some time with my afternoon, because I'm not otherwise all that busy until, tomorrow night now, I guess. Unless I do an errand or have a relative stop by. So there's some stuff at least. And that other errand I don't really need to do yet. But so anyway, about Grandpa, if you don't mind, or if there's just any questions that you have, because with this lovely ability, I have learned some things from the angels. And if there's anything that you'd like to ask, either I can learn it now in the moment by maybe asking your grandfather, even if it's not specifically just about him, or I've already learned about it maybe. And then, yeah, also curious people's thoughts on the LGBT community. I would have been curious to hear Cecily's thoughts on that, but she says she's culturally quite diverse. But yeah. It's kind of like my ability starts to gradually turn on when I know that there's somebody that is interested and curious and supportive of it, believes in it, and has a connection. And I sense that that's happening, but I'm not sensing anything super strong. Although I am sensing, I think he's saying he just doesn't want to interrupt us. Kovu, I think you've said before that you're male. Is that right? Sorry, allergies. Would have been, how did he know how to understand the game? What game? 28. Okay, cool. We're close in age. And we've got 3 people watching and 8 likes. So that's cool. But yeah, what do you feel about MB and UPT stuff? Just wondering. Just be a quick question. I'm curious, because I want it to be a safe space for that kind of stuff as well. And what game? Either I'm not as on as I thought I was with that, or hard to understand, but a game of life. I wonder if that's what you meant. If that's genuinely what you meant, then that's cool. Actually, my other friend, who I haven't seen in a little while, but I almost remember him saying that he might not be on a lot because of something, and I can't remember what. This was a while ago. Surprised that other one wasn't out for review with the SH. In a sense, taking something with him. Sorry, I might be kind of tired too. Let me just see here. And you didn't answer about the other question. Let's just see. Well, it's hard to understand. I mean, you already believe in it. You're already getting signs and symbols, and probably a lot more than the ones that you just mentioned in here too, from him. And maybe you even feel some sort of connection, with messages to him. Yeah, Game of Life can be hard to understand, but like there's also a board game for that too. Actually, I don't remember much about it. It's been a while since I looked at it. But before he passed, in a sense, taking something with him. The difficulty with disability is it's hard. Like sometimes it's not all that hard, and it's fairly effortless to separate my own thinking, my own confusion and thoughts from what might be trying to be communicated. Again, I really do appreciate the IT community, but you know, it's also nice to have these kind of connections. You're new to following the channel, but I do actually kind of channel fairly often on this channel, my own loved ones. What other question? There's two other people here that don't seem to be saying anything, so let me focus on this for a moment first, though. But thanks for asking. You said you did miss it. Like I can't get my head around before he passed, he made you, you know what, in a sense, taking something with him. And my head is getting confused by that. But how I just kind of interpreted it as you may have been trying to tell him something and he was like, oh, and then maybe passed away not long after doing that. And so you feel like he took the rest of what you were trying to say with him. However, he may have interpreted that. Is that correct? That's very interesting. I'm really glad the AC's not too loud for y'all. So I'm tired. So yeah, the other two, hopefully you're liking this vibe, you're liking this conversation, because there's lots of stuff on YT. And yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. I'd really love for you to be part of the conversation. And I think Kuvu, I don't know if I'm would tell if anybody else was commenting and I wasn't seeing it. Either that or neither of us are seeing it, but you are commenting. So we do the best we can do. Okay, now we're down to two. I was also asking about the GPT community, Kubu. Well, the game in a way is a game of God, and I can't explain. It was a test. A test of creation. It was. It is. It is. So, in other words, you're asking him. Essentially, it sounds like for his life advice, and you're asking him, you know, how did he manage to live such a full life, and maybe at times make it seem quite sorry, just putting my lotion on. Maybe. So, first of all, would you abuse the ability you had? I would never do that. Been given to understand. Or is it, how is it you come to the conclusion of understanding? What signs did he see to help him? What's that A word? And I would never associate that with my gift to myself or towards others. I don't exactly know what you're trying to say by that. Or how is it you come to the conclusion of understanding? What signs did he see to help? Did he? Let me try this a different way here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll tell you about my first experience. Just to, I mean, you sounds like you've had some too, and you've mentioned a couple of them, but like my dad when he passed away. For the longest time, I didn't really feel a presence, other than, like I say, sometimes the haunting. It seems like it was that I didn't really need it as much at the time. Like he was always there, but I didn't really need anything more than that from him. And I was going through a lot at a particular time in my 20s. And what I heard is what's most important in life is that you do something that you like and enjoy, that you're comfortable with, and that you can do. The world's come a long way in accepting differences and challenges. Don't be scared to live life. I couldn't. And then I, for some reason, journaled it and wrote "Love Dad," came out. And I'd heard "Hi Son" at the beginning of it too. Like, you can't deny that, you know. And I've had so many other experiences since then. Let me just see. As far as life advice, I sense that he is telling you to use the wisdom that you have. Um, he says that you are very smart and that um, you must carry that with you in your life. Uh, he says that's something that he largely did. He may not have known all the answers to things, he says, but he knew what made sense. He knew what was common sense. He knew what was common courtesy, interestingly, he's saying. And he carried that throughout his life. That he is fine with the person that you are. Uh, he loves you unconditionally. And, you know, he just wants you to find all the happiness that you possibly can in life. He says that, the world is different than when he was growing up. And he says, whether that's good or bad, depending, he says that you make the most of what you're given, and you show your gratefulness. He has a very interesting way of speaking, it sounds like. So I don't know. That's what I just got. So anyone else want to ask anything, or is there a song you'd like to hear? Oh yes, of course he does. Right, yeah. That yes. He says that the bird thing that you saw was him, and always will be anytime you ever see that. Prayers and heart hands, right? I'm holding the phone with another hand, with the other hand, with one of my many other hands. No, just kidding. But yeah, if there's any song requests, then oh, good. Um, yeah, I've been so fortunate. Like, I've had a lot of loved ones pass, and I think that's why I must have the ability. Also, some of the things I sometimes am struggling with, it's kind of like it really is a gift to me, and for others too. Um, and it keeps me good company, as much as I also appreciate the YT community, and thanks for the ninth like. Um, and yeah, like, it also makes grieving easier a little bit too. Like, my one friend who passed away a year and a half ago, she certainly has. She most certainly has. But she's very alive in spirit. And she shows me often how much I mattered to her. And yeah. I almost want to do a meditation with you all if you'd like. And I could do it with a musical background if you would like. We've got 3 of you here. I know at least one of you are. Who else do we got watching? I'm looking forward to leaving and having dinner on the deck later, probably, maybe. If it's not too hot out. And I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight. It's been a fairly active day. But we'll see. I don't exactly have anything else that I need to do. Although I would love to work on my writing project a little bit, to be quite honest. But that'll depend on if my laptop's behaving. Really? I could see how that could make things more challenging, though, because some people wouldn't like that, you know. But I guess it's also a matter of doing so respectfully. Tell folks how it is, no matter how much it may hurt me or them. Um, yeah, you got to be careful with that. You don't want to be hurting anybody, right? But I've lived by that. Since I've lived by that, things have gotten easier. Well, and I think it's also kind of meant in the ways that it just came up in this video. I'm glad the quality has been good for us. And I think that it definitely connects to how things were stated there. So, if you need to watch this back later, you can. I think it was at about the 40 area. Still an hour before G gets home. Good golly. Longest day in history. The sun comes out and it shines upon me. Sorry. Or sometimes the truth hurts. Well, you seem like a very kind, nice person, easy to talk with, and I don't think that you would, want to be that way. It does make me wonder, though, if I hate to put it this way, but if I should re-ask that other question. Or if I should just say, you don't need to know every detail about me. And we'll probably find out about it in time. And it's not like it's bad things either, really. But I think the second person that was there has been here for a little while, but just don't want some of these to kind of get read and not seen in the context that they were said in. I am a bit sleepy though. So Kuvu, did you say that you're also in Canada? Do I remember that? Toronto, perhaps? I have purposely in the past. It has come to having experienced myself to humble myself. Purposely hurt people? But purposely. Wait a minute, what are you saying? I may not wear this as a bracelet, even though I got it, so I can. But it's fun to do that with. Oh, man, I'm tired. But it's not time to get on with the evening routine yet. Part of that is, or close to evening, part of that is having a bit of a late up. So, Michigan. Right. Do you go over to Windsor very often? Hopefully you love there too. I mean, for the context, I read that typo as live. But yeah, hopefully you also love there. So he said, start your life. I mean, live. I said, how about both? No, but I mean, I'm living my life to the best of my ability. Yes, purpose, construction, a drama for my own benefit. Not too sure I'm following. I don't think that's something I've ever done very much. I'm not too sure. I mean, I kind of want to go deeper on that, but I'm not too sure. And we got two other people here as well. But if you can find other words than those two D words to use if you elaborate, then that would be great. Thank you for the 10th like, by the way. I didn't ask if you loved Michigan, but I'm glad you do. I said love in Michigan. Took me living that as well to understand its effect. Can you be a bit more specific? Share an example, please? I would love to hear. And cannot say I'm proud of it. Okay, well, that's good because I must admit, but the way you're alluding to it, I'm not too sure whether I feel like it sounded like something to be proud of. Again, it's not that you're not but it was feeling a bit vague, and I am and am not great at reading between the lines. Whether we want to call this an autism spectrum thing or not, I don't know. But on my side of things, but like no, I'm pretty good sometimes at figuring out the unsaid, or like I say, being reading between the lines. But I guess sometimes I'm not. So the second person here must be or did it say 3 at one point? Second person, if you are not chatting as well, feel free to join in. If you're trying to, I'm not seeing it. It's maybe Kuvu isn't either. What did you say your first name was again, Kuvu? Or is? But I appreciate the like. And if it was you that liked it, can you also give a heart right now? Just to verify this for me? Oh, the same difference. Well, the canary effect. I don't know if I've heard of that. To tell a lie to see who says what. Okay, the second person must not have been the person that liked it, unless the hearts aren't coming through now, because I don't see them at the corner. But I think that's because this is them doing it on. Why would I? That's how I've given them to myself. I've done it with my own family and in popular circles, in heavy money spending circles. And I can't heavy spend money, although it's hard not to these days. Kane. One of our viewers earlier was Caden. That's a little bit similar. Kane is a very interesting name. I made a comment the other day because I saw somebody with a walker, somebody with a cane, and somebody with neither. I've occasionally need to use cane. Walker, cane, and able. Kane is a very interesting name, and you are a fine citizen. I've never seen that movie. I should not say things I don't know much about. I've also known it as a last name. Yes, a Sandy Kane and Ripnick. But it's a unique name. It's a very unique name. Thanks for letting me know. There's 2 people here right now, and I don't know who the second person is. I really would love for them to be part of the conversation. If they are unable to be or don't want to be, I mean, I don't want to be mean again, but I'm kind of saying there are other things you can watch, or maybe be able to converse there, or I don't know, because I do keep looking at it every now and then, and it's kind of like, what are they thinking, and why aren't they saying it? But I don't really want to give my name on here right now, but sometimes when it feels comfortable, or when it feels natural, I will. Enac. And what's Enac supposed to mean? Do you have a knack for it or something? Particular hobby? Sorry. Not a couple Conans. It's a little bit similar too. They are, haha. I have a feeling it is. If you're saying what I think you're saying, I don't know how that works, and that's weird. Or you're saying you think it is my ex. Wouldn't that be awkward? Wouldn't that be awkward? In which case, if it is, our words are the same. I don't know what you mean by that. Hi, Bree. Hi, Jen. Hi, Nadine. Susan? No way, Jose. No, they left. It's like, oh my gosh, now he knows it was me. I'm out of here. So in saying that, though, I'm actually. So you okay? But they're like, oh, but he said hi to me. I should come back and say hi. No. Oh, now there's 2 people watching. Did I get them all? I know that sounds terrible, right? Is there that many more? Lindy is the only other one. Okay. It was an interesting theory. I don't know why you put that in there twice, but it looks like they've left now, and I just wanted to ask again. I will because you know what? I gotta be authentically me, and hopefully you're okay with that. You seem pretty well rounded. Do you accept? Okay, well, there's a second person. That can be my ex. Well, if it is, then well, my first one probably doesn't know this. All my others, I think, did. So there was about 4 or 5, if I counted right. But hey, to my whatchamacallit, and not because of any religious reasons, I wasn't intimate any that I didn't date. I'm not saying I judge anybody that is. I understand. Impulses, what feels right in the moment. When you're feeling a connection with somebody and this and that. But I never have unless I was in a relationship with them. Not necessarily married, because I've only been married once. It's interesting I don't usually, it's odd though, I don't really actually usually verbalize that. Although it was so ironic today because I ran into someone I don't see super often anymore when I was out on my bike. And she often asks, um, in a certain type of way. And it's like, oh yeah, I guess that is what I have. She had a haircut today. I almost didn't recognize her. I'm supposed to have a haircut until her hair gets long again, too. No, I don't know. Bad joke. Anyway. So, yeah, we got 3 people here. And, yeah. But that being said, like all that I've had, I've parted amicably with, for the most part. In fact, the first relationship I ever had when I was in high school, I played a song just the other day actually that on the piano that somebody had commented on it because I was curious about it, or at least it was maybe a cover of it or a review of it. Somebody that commented on it had a last name that was the same as hers. Theory? What do you mean? Anyway, and hello Ryan, how are you? Perfect timing. Hope you're doing well. So I realized that you and your wife or girlfriend are also both injured and trying to take care of a whole bunch of farm animals and your baby. So kudos to you. My theory is that I wish you the best. Okay, that's interesting wording, but okay, thanks. Anyway, and it said, "Are you related to any from this area near Windsor?" And I said 2 names, one being the one I dated, one being her mother, who I didn't date. And he said, yeah, and she is originally from Florida. I guess he was trying to give me a detail because, we'd know if we were talking about the same person. I commented back. I don't think I've heard anything back yet unless I missed it, but watch now that I'm mentioning it. And I have a couple times thought of this. You probably will. And it's kind of like, my mother ever lived in Florida? But it's funny because I just found out that Hyme, he's living in Texas. He's originally from Florida, but he's also lived in England. And he's not much into his 20s. So he's really moving around, and then he's touring with his music and that. You're back in Texas. Wow. Some people have very adventurous lives. The adventures that happen in Texas. Speaking of exes, all my exes are in Texas. Actually, they're not. But anyway, but nobody's gonna trick me. I mean, I don't know if we would hang out on YouTube very much. I don't feel like Nadine would. I don't. Jen might, but she's probably a pessimist about most things, as she is. She doesn't use technology much. I'm not going back to Canada. Why? Sometimes I wish I could say the same, but I'm stuck here. Now, good song, by the way. What's this with the theory? I hope that you will not. Okay, so yeah. So, and then, he may or may not. And he does occasionally. Oh, I relate sometimes. I do relate. But you know what? It's been home to me all my life, and there's been a lot of good as well. So how do you leave all those farm animals behind? How do you move with the baby while you're injured? I mean, how? Hear ye. I remember what that means, but yeah. I'm glad I did this, and Himith was the one that kind of encouraged it, and Mark a little bit too. Ryan, if you haven't liked yet, please do. Now, not connected to anything that anyone has said. The 2 of you that are here right now, I feel fairly comfortable. I know that Ryan, I believe you're religious, and I think you heard me come out once. And think you went away for a little while, but you've came back and we've had lovely visits, and I appreciate that. I am in the GLBT community, Kubu. I am the third letter. The first and second letter are essentially the same, although obviously one is more gender based. By the way, folks, don't forget hydration. I'm also in, but anyway. I don't talk about it often, but when it feels, I don't know. I don't actually know about particularly. Other than that, I was just being really, fairly open and honest about myself in general, and yeah, just curious your thoughts. And I guess there's a part of me that figures it's probably bound to come up a little here and there, you know, um, you know, and so yeah. In lightweight for the most part. So, but I also have anemia, so that's more why that's why I don't know I worded it that way. Like I'm not trying to make it look like I'm putting on lipstick. This is chapstick. So. Anyway, so yeah, Ryan, I'm glad that we still have a connection. Your profile picture is still a bit funny to me. How's the music going, by the way? And yeah, if you haven't given a like yet, please do. I mean, remember, I'm only seeing the small version of that picture. So let me just see things for a moment here. Kuvu, are you there? You're like, yeah, but I'm starting to think, I don't really want to say anything hurtful. Well, then say something not hurtful. Like, pretty good at that too, No, I don't know. Maybe I'm being, maybe I'm not judging your having went a bit quiet accurately. Maybe you're working on a comment. Maybe you're a little distracted where you're at. Um, just don't go all biblical on me. I mean, I accept people's religions and their faiths, and I don't mind talking about religion a little bit respectfully, but yeah. And my belief is, maybe a little cliche, but God is love. So, don't necessarily feel He's necessarily almighty, but I can tell, if I was to ask myself, do I feel like, I have this is where I have a hard time feeling like God knows each and every one of us individually, and is, I'm not meaning to be rude or whatever, but is able to be in our. Hello, Luke. How are you? It's been a while. I believe you're religious too, from what I recall. You know, in our lives, and just make you know things always all our hopes and wishes come true. I wouldn't say so. Maybe for some people's lives, but would if I was to ask, just to take a moment to try and do something like this, if I felt like God loved me, in some ways, no. But when I see the fact that He's given me the home that I live in, hello Ruby, welcome back. I you just jumped right in. I almost didn't realize you were here because you just got here, I guess. The home that I live in, our dog, the other person I live with, because He wants us all to be loved. We're trying to be a good people, Okay. Then and other things that have happened in my life, or like the good the good thing that happened today to help us out with something that's kind of a struggle in our home right now. These are the things that make me. Some of the things, other than actually sometimes too, that make me believe in God, that make me feel His love. But why, and the fact that He gives me this outlet, to connect with people. And if you haven't liked yet, please do. I appreciate that. I feel like maybe He planted those seeds and then they just grew with, attention, love, uh, you know, food, water, all that stuff, I guess you could say. But yeah, but why He doesn't want me to have much of a, be working steadily, as far as like in a career, I mean, and I've looked at it not religiously too. I mean, that I don't know. I mean, lately there's been some slight health reasons, perhaps, and maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I did, but would knowing really help me to make those changes? You know, I've tried to look for those answers in different ways and don't usually find them. So, I do what's accessible. I do what I can do, what I like, and what I can do, what I'm comfortable with, like my dad's advice. Religion guides you every day. Okay. So we've got Luke, we've got Ruby, we've got Ryan, and we've got Cooper, I believe. And yeah, like I say, we don't mention it often. And we're both free spirited. He's a bit more so. But, doesn't need to be said unless we bring it up when we feel comfortable. But me and the other fella in our home are a couple. That's what I was saying. Like that lady sometimes says, "How's your hubby?" I did tell her today that he was possibly losing his job, and she was going into a store very quickly before going back to get a drink before going back to work. But I also followed it with we also found out that we are owed some money from our income tax that we amazingly still haven't gotten, even when we've gotten our income tax back. So that'll help us for a while, and a couple other things that we're looking at. So okay, now I've fallen behind after all my rambling. I wouldn't necessarily say I feel religious presence every day. I like how you say religion, not necessarily God specifically, but you know his uh, his teachings. I like that actually. I'm doing great, enjoying my day. Sorry I haven't been around. Man, been busy AF. We've been saying AF a lot lately too. Yeah, what kind of busy have you been into? Hopefully things are going well, but hope all's well with you. Well, thank you. Uh, Ruby, have you liked yet? I feel like maybe you did, but I'm not sure. And also, I wanted to also say that this would be a great one to watch back with because yeah, there's lots of good interaction. There is sometimes, but sometimes it feels like it's a bit more obvious. I don't know why. Okay, thank you. Yeah, like I say, God is love. Which we're not around very often. We don't filter very often. So anytime you ever listen to us, you might want to use headphones. Also, remembering you're a guy, that's cool. I might slip on that and say her or she every now and then. So please don't be offended by that. I'm sure online people do it all the time with you. Do you watch a lot of live streams out of curiosity? I think you said you don't post. Is there any songs you'd like to hear? G's not home if he gets home at the usual time for another 30, 40, 45 minutes. I may or may not go outside there. Yeah, it's pretty bright over there. A little bit of cloud cover. I almost want to. We'll have to see. It wouldn't be very far because my back's not great right now. But so I think you. Well, I call you by your first name, so hopefully you're okay with us doing that. And how are things going with that relationship, Luke? I don't know. I guess it's not broken, so I guess it's nice that it's unbroken. But I know usually. But then again, it's start. My day starts with prayer every day. Starts on the right foot. Doesn't end with prayer as well, though. I mean, I'm not judging, but I'm just wondering if maybe you just didn't say it, or see. I have a hard time with prayers. It's kind of like I mean, and I don't mean to be offending anybody at all, but it's kind of like how can no? I don't want to say that. I don't want to mess with somebody's belief system if it works for them. You know, but yeah, I guess I do it in my own way. I haven't heard of that song in ages. I really care for the band name. Don't know if I really care for the song name, and I don't know it very well. I don't know it very well. Please ask for another. I'm glad you guys both like it. I haven't heard of it, like I say, in ages, but yeah, I definitely don't know it well enough to do it. Also, I'm going to have to locate my tablet to bring up. I think it's on the kitchen counter, if I recall. I wish my screensaver. I guess I could change it, but my screensaver on my rubes. I hope you don't mind that. My screensaver on my laptop. It changes like every day or every couple days. And since the other night, it's been showing me snow. Now that now that winter has finally left, and we've stopped getting even flurries, and it's like now I'm seeing it on my computer. But so sorry to disappoint you guys on that song. Yeah, it's like I say, I don't know it very well, and I don't think it's the kind of song, or it doesn't sound like the kind of song that I would do. I'm a bit particular, as you may know, but there's lots of songs we can pick from. So let's see what we can do. I know a lot of our followers in the UK and in India are probably sleeping right now, but yeah. Is that considered North Ontario where you live, Luke? But see, when I was in SE Ontario, uh, Edmonton and some other places were considered out west, I thought. Um, I don't know what Glycerin is. It's some sort of right. That's what I thought. I didn't think that was considered that. Well, yeah. I mean, heck, we had some flurries a week or two ago. Uh, more than one day too. I don't know about last week though. Right. I remember you're in Edmonton. It's too bad I'm not a little closer to that. But if you don't mind a 4-hour car drive, we could certainly connect in person. Um, and how's the girlfriend, by the way? My friend lives there and sent me a pic. She was so mad. Well, I mean, yeah, we should be mad to be getting the snow in May. I love the word no. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, not that long ago, I actually sang that song a little bit. I'll just do a little snippet of it now, because just to please you, Don't let the days go by. Would it be easier? Glycerin. See, I do know it, but I don't know. Well, Bush Senator. I was the one that did do Mr. President earlier today. I was. Oh, really? Is that the high life? Back in the high life again. Da 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 da. Thanks. You already knew that though, right? But I appreciate hearing that, especially lately. I'm not hearing it otherwise very much. Like I'm not getting a lot of gigs. I'm not really. And his gig got canceled, so he hasn't really known about the other one, and the other one happened. So, thank you, and Biba, thank you. Really? So what happened with that relationship? Maybe it can be repaired. I mean, you weren't together very long, but yeah, and then there's some people that have been together very, very long. But there's a better chance that it can last, especially if you guys both have empathy and you're both willing to work through things and have understanding as to why someone may have done something. Definitely sucks not being noticed, but I always hear you. And I know you said you hear from me once, twice, not long ago, and then you seem to have died off, but you had your girlfriend then. So yeah, stay single so you can be here for me. I was kidding. Yeah, definitely not being noticed. I thought you were saying that as far as like, as far as, having a significant other, but I think you mean about the music. But I always hear you. Good. As you should. And Ruby, can we call you Rubes from now on? I kind of like that. I like Ruby too, though, so it's really up to you. Maybe we'll call you Ruby Rubes. That sounds like Scooby Doo. I'm sorry. Had a lot going on mentally. Oh. I'll stop saying, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, though. I know what that can be like. Sounds like you're doing better now. What was causing it? See, that's when, well, I mean, a relationship is about supporting each other. Once we take gender out of it, we're two people trying to live life and make it through, hard times. So it's actually about supporting each other. A man doesn't have to always be strong because, life is life, But at the same time, it is hard when we have a loved one or a significant other see us struggling with our mental health. That can be hard. It can be embarrassing, and sometimes we don't find the understanding we would like. But it's one of those things that, as you might probably be aware of, it kind of ebbs and flows, comes and goes. You don't like making life harder for others. Well, that's great, but when you're struggling with the mental health issue, you need support as well. You don't and shouldn't have to do it alone, and that's not you intentionally making or anybody making it intentionally hard for anyone else. Ruby, I hope that this conversation is still feeling mostly comfortable for you. Where are you? Don't worry about interrupting us or anything like that. It says there's 3 other people watching. Folks, if you haven't liked yet, please do. Well, I'm glad you're doing well now. The life coach in me and the helper in me and oh, you're drawing. What are you drawing? Gary asked. I should do some art. Anyway, wants to get down to the nitty gritty of it and help you out. But that being said, if you're doing great, then why put you back there, right? But I hope that what I said, and it seems that the audio isn't lagging, there's not advertisements interrupting very much, and I hope that what I said was helpful to you and others, a helpful reminder, because I've definitely noticed the importance of remembering those things in my life. I should get the guitar. I was just actually thinking how I'm slightly noticing my arthritis, actually. And as far as the guitar, unless it was something that I had by memory, which isn't a ton these days, and the dog just laid down. If I got up, he'd probably get up, but he'd probably lay down right away again. I could actually, I would love to relaunch my browser. We have 50.4, but it's one symbol. And then I'm going to try and multitask here for a moment. Abstract art using markers. Have you ever used acrylic paint pens before? I found a case quite a while ago. It had some other interesting stuff in it too. Like I don't know if that's just here a fitness thing, but it didn't have a name or anything on it. And anyway, basically, I think I tried to draw on an old shirt once, and it kind of worked, but not really. And I imagine it eventually rubs off. I restarted my browser. I've just got a black screen there now. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how much they differ from. Yeah, so should I? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that I got some closer with my friend today, but she's probably sleeping. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. She might not be, but she's not showing us online. There's something I just really quickly want to do. But yeah, unless you have a song request, I'd love to get the guitar out and pluck some strings, but I'd like to sound like I was playing a song too. Not just plucking feathers or strings, as the case may be. I was playing with the string effect with string theory, the string effect on my keyboard earlier today. Thank you for the 12th like, by the way. I appreciate it. We got 4 of you here. Abstract, the therapeutic, yes. I used to be in an art group. I was talking about that, but location's a bit tricky, and I don't know. Not really involved in that place otherwise very much, so it's a little awkward. But I'm not really hugely an artist, but that's the nice thing about abstract, because I like how you didn't say, well, some people do say that, and I think it's weird. Abstract is that you almost don't have to be good about it. If it didn't give away things, I mean, on his own Facebook's one thing, but I'd show you the chalk drawing that she does. There's 3 people here right now, and the 12th like went somewhere. If that was unintentional, please put it back. I don't know if it was from the person who was the 4th person here a moment ago. And if you intended to, maybe there was a misunderstanding. We can talk about it and hopefully get it back there. Do you play guitar, Luke? I don't know if I knew that. I think I maybe did, but I got no recommendations. Usually I just make songs up myself. Oh, why don't we write a song together? Songwriting collab. That would be fun. Now I'm also looking at my other writing project. Hopefully, won't be a different time. I really want to publish this book. I got a talent for picking up an instrument and just playing something. Yeah, what instruments have you done this with? G's kind of like that, which you may not notice. I think mostly you've seen me. I don't think you've actually met him all that often, if I recall. We tend to go by our initials on here, unless we're feeling in a special moment, especially a moment of comfort. And I do feel that with Luke. I think I've even given my email to back in the day. Oh, ukulele is a kid's guitar, isn't it? Just kidding. Yeah, but I play it like a real rock star. Just kidding. And Ruby, I don't know who the other three are. If I'm not seeing certain comments, please let me know. Call you unbroken, Luke. I have a shower every night. Or a bath every night. I don't understand showers before beds, and a shower if I have to go out. I did do an errand, but it was just very quickly picking something up. I do not feel a need to, and it hasn't been that long. I mean, some autistics maybe do struggle with that. I am on the autism spectrum. Laid back music, very interesting channel name. I'm not sure if I'm bothered by that comment or not, to be quite honest. But it looks like you took care. Hopefully, they heard my answer. I appreciate you saying that. I at least appreciate trolls that say something, and then we can decide. I mean, it may have just been a valid question, but I mean, not necessarily valid, but you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm just gonna, you don't have to express that though, because then somebody else might see it and decide to be that way as well. Not you or Ruby, of course, and got my back, bro. Well, thank you. I'm also MB, but I just like that to be acknowledged every now and then too, but I know that, I appreciate those words as well. So, layback music that sound, as opposed to playback, that sounds very interesting. We may have judged them too quick. I don't know about unhiding him. The latter part of the comment is really what I thought, like I understand that some might not like the feeling of the water a lot. A bath shouldn't be the same experience as far as that goes. Looks like there's still a nice breeze, but it was stuffy and warm in here, so I had the AC on. Yeah, so Ruby, if you hadn't realized, as I mentioned on GPT, yeah, I heard you say that. I wasn't making a thing of it. Just kidding. Sometimes that's my humor, putting words in people's mouths. I'm not trying to be annoying by it. And envy. But again, I'm not super forward about this stuff, Listen, and so it does feel okay right now because Luke, I think, already know. Well, now there's two people here, but that's okay. We'll feel it out. Yeah, I'm never gonna. No matter how much you like the streams, Ruby, I'm never gonna ask you to send money. You've got 4 kids. I think you said that you're a single parent. Is that correct? Even if you're not, 4 kids is a handful. I don't even think I could manage having 2. If I had my own kids. So 1 maybe, but that's neither here nor there. You're not a single parent. Okay. Well, you still have your hands full. So, yeah. Trying to remember, you said you're in the UK, is that right? No, you don't remember anything about me. No, just kidding. But I don't forget much either. No doubt. Anyway, that's a band. But don't speak. Oh, New York, Brooklyn. Now I remember. Let me see if I remember that. But 50. 1 minute. 1 minute. I would ask if you're related to Melissa, but we don't need your energy here. What the heck is that anyway? I don't know what that slang is. I remembered you said a number and then you said, no, actually on this, as if you just had a birthday. And I tried to ask you, did you have a birthday? Because I would have sang it to you and wished you a happy one, but you didn't say so. Noise. Now, can somebody tell me what a sundudger is? A vampire? I don't know. Anyway. Either that or it was a typo. Oh, no. And then you remembered, oh, actually, no. Okay. Yes. So you did have a birthday. I mean, I could sing you the song, whether it makes sense to sing it or not, because Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Where's Jackie? Happy birthday to anyone whose birthday it is. Happy birthday to you and many more. Well, there are people with sun allergies. And or health conditions. But I mean, we all have to go out sometime. I mean, I'm just really glad that it's summer, practically summer/spring now. So, well, I'm not wanting it to be strange. I definitely, when it feels comfortable, I'll tell. I will. But I don't need people who I'm not familiar with, knowing that. You're welcome to give me a nickname as well, though, and then that works too. Classic meaning like before your time. There's a thing called the internet, so people can learn things from various eras, and they also have their family, Chester C has some really sad songs, but was it Linkin Park that had Chester in? Now I'm just waiting around. Me too. What do you mean in the terms of shows, though? Me too. But I mean, it's quite varied, and I think that for you it probably is a little bit too. For a lot of us, probably. I do. Oh, but that rhymes with something, so I don't like that nickname. Really? You're joking. You're joking. You both weren't thinking that. I mean, I'm on the Chesterfield, but that's what my grandma used to call the couch. But no, I don't like it. Try again. I can just see trolls saying certain things that I don't need to hear because they're not accurate, and people don't need to be getting false ideas. Toby? I don't mind that. I've not known a lot of Tobys in my life, and one was a female. Well, but then again, Tobias. How about Tobias, please? That resonates, as you may guess. Joey, baby. That was Ray's partner's name as she passed away as a young, and he became a young widow. I don't mind. Yeah, I love the show, but that's a good show. What old shows were you talking about? Tobias, it is. Just when I was settling into the name I've been going by since last summer, because I don't actually like my actual one. Well, just to make sure it's kosher, let me just take a look. I'm closing things. Oh, but that's a song I wanted to look up, or I wanted to do. I wanted to make some very important progress so I can, but then I can send you the email offline. He's an actor, apparently. But yes, I'm going to look up the chords to that, and it is by Emerson Drive. And then I have to remember to, well, he hasn't given me the email yet, but if otherwise, we'll have to do it on Insta to Mindset. Okay. What other old shows do you like? Do you like the Old Crow Medicine Show? Just kidding. Oh, I think it was the Facebook tab I closed. That's okay. I can just get back to it. 410, that's pretty close to. Yes, that's where he is from, Ruby. I don't know much about that show, so I don't know if I can agree with the name. And we've got other people watching too, so. I thought that Luke had said that, but okay. Anyway, I'd really like to I know that the one nickname I'd want to go by could be definitely misconstrued as well. So, I mean, I guess a lot of things could have. I see 3 over here, or maybe I have certain people that you don't. They're hidden. But then I always wonder, how are they seeing this thing? You know. Although I did have someone research, and somebody resubscribed to me in general. Oh no, somebody that was showing is hidden, but had recently subscribed. So that's why I kind of feel iffy about YouTube sometimes. But during the conversation, I'll see if live watching. Nicknames are fun. You're anything but late for supper. I've heard of late for dinner. Supper, dinner, dinner, lupper, If I was to give you guys nicknames, let's see here. And Ruby, should I let Luke know your secret? You're like, no, that's why it's a secret. No, but I think it's already came up, and he may or may not have been here when it did. What would I call Luke? Your father. Luke, I am your father. I didn't know that was there. Then people would say, yo, mama. So that's probably not. I'd like to put this here, but there's all kinds of stuff there, but it's not exactly what. Oh, people, there's all kinds of people in Edmonton, Alberta, anywhere else. It's always a mixture of people. Okay, this video's moving behind me. Whoa, that's a beard and a half. That's off, Jesse Will. It looks like Mick Jagger. Okay. Spirit made sure I said this to you. You're isolated. Your magic is immense. No one sees you do. Okay, I'll look at that later. Oh, and that's under that one. Yeah, check this out, folks. It just showed to me while I was here. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I was trying to do something. Sometimes I open it and scroll it down. That way I don't notice what it opens first, but I have, so. But like I say, I don't really want to know about people that are seeing this when I've tried to select that they don't. So is this shit now? What the hell is this shit now? Your opinion of the LGBT community and feminism. Well, first of all, I don't want to sway you in certain ways about a certain thing. I accept people. I accept people who are good people. Simple as that. Name? Not too sure. What's my secret? I forgot. 500. No, just kidding. Jeffrey Turtle, man. Now we got some. I don't know whether to call this trolls or not, but no. I mean, again, I've only been with those that dated, so that's about. What was the count there? Not that I'm. And we got a couple of religious people here. We should be respectful, and also, I don't know. This is an awkward topic, but probably about 15, 20. Is there more than one type? Or like, yeah, man. I don't know. Remember this, Jesus loves you with all his heart and is proud of you. Thank you. I do and I don't see it, but I hope he, yeah. And that rose ring is somewhere. The intimate one. Slain? That language, but Luke seems to not mind it. Ruby is a guy. Not that necessarily means he doesn't mind it, but are you surprised or something? Okay, cool. Although these days, the way some people would react to that, best, I mean, I'm fine, and you know that, maybe best just to keep that. Jeffrey Turtleman, it's interesting how you just jump into that. And okay, well, I don't think you would say it was less than it was, so I guess 3 it is. You guys are sleuths. What does that mean? That's obviously some slang from another country, and I don't know what it means. Also, if you haven't liked yet, please do. And we have to remembering too that there could be minors, even though we're all adults, minors might tune in, so we really should be here. But I want to give an accurate answer. So yeah, 6 women vote the same women. So and open to more fun. I've known a lot of Jewish women that were virgins well into their 30s. God. And if we're sleuths, you are one too. Sorry. No one says there's one watching, but there's obviously 3 or 4. Nah, only 3. Well, if you updated your profile picture to actually you, even though, well, I actually could see it large size, but you look a bit like the Hulk otherwise. Yeah, a lot of them like to wait until they tie the knot. Yeah, I mean, if that's what they choose to do or feel like they should, I don't think it's very realistic most of the time. And then as you get older, you changes in your energy levels and your abilities to adapt to stress or whatever. So you're saying that is you, and you're like a little turtle girl or whatever. That's not you. Oh my goodness. Turtle Man, sir. Oh yeah, I guess that is your last name. You probably dress like a turtle and do live streams, right? Anyway, wow, that's young, Luke. I mean, that was a year after I'd lost Dad, so I mean, I was going through stuff, and I haven't stopped either, unfortunately. My haircut is gender fluid. Are you? That's cool if you are. Were you the one that asked? I thought that was that other person with the really weird channel name, and they didn't seem to real. I mean, but I don't remember if I mean, if people don't be that stupid, then I'm going to notice it, or I'm going to notice the kind of person they might be. I mean, maybe they think some people don't have an eye for detail and are not that aware, but I'm not one of them. Play Good Looking by Dixon. Oh, okay. Although I don't know if that last name. Although it's funny because I saw someone today that's worked with somebody with that first name, the second part, and we've been talking about Texas a bit too. I use myself for my PPP so it's easier to get to know me. No, but it isn't. Oh, wait, that's Luke, exactly. Although you're a nicer person than you kind of, look like because you don't smile very much, Luke. Play Good Look. Okay, it's a good name. The connection dropped. It would get a little wild. If you haven't liked yet, please do. Good looking. Yeah, I'm not understanding the Dallas part, to be quite honest. It does seem like a troll. Ruby, did you Urban Dictionary that? Urban Dictionary what? Why are those comments just trying to do that? Okay, now it's... Okay, so what happened is it reconnected. I'm still seeing some of the comments that are there, but there's more coming through over here on the laptop. So just a moment. I really must make progress on the project. Okay. I'm playful. So I wasn't kidding when I asked what it was. When you asked what was your secret, Victoria? Sorry. Yeah, basically, that's a great segue into it. Luke, Ruby is actually a dude. And although I'm curious, he seems open, to the topics of GLBT and this and that, but he's actually named after his grandfather, I think he said. Well, it wouldn't be his grandmother, or he'd be a chick. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I like the Tobias thing after all. So, but let me just see here, because there was some activity. I'm seeing 2 over here. How many people are you seeing watching right now? Well, now I'm seeing 1. All we asking for is respect, and you seem chill. You're talking to me? I mean, I am, and I give respect, but I don't know where that's coming from. Anyway, between us, Cole, obviously there's two, but because you're both speaking, but all of us are seeing one. So that, why can't it just show it accurately? Like seriously. Exactly. That's why we can't go by it in any sense of the way. But, the likes are usually pretty accurate. View counts, like I did one, and I wrote it right afterwards. It said I had 170 something. It definitely didn't have that many during, and it wouldn't have had any afterwards because I wrote it to look at it again. So, but I'm mostly fine without it being, just being natural and unfiltered, just kind of long format. It's all good. So yeah, now I'm having to keep up with things on two devices here. Yeah, because that's the only way I'm going to see the updated comments. And I'm sure the Wi-Fi is being a bit iffy on this device, but I really need to try and make progress on my project. I don't want to let it slip. Albert, as in Fat Albert, no. That's not bad. What are we celebrating? I don't think that's Ruby or, I was going to say Ruby or Albert. Luke's doing it. Was there a 13th like? This is very interesting. You're giving me really old names. Okay, slow down. I'm processing here. I've known the last name Albert. It's someone I've lost touch with as I got older and moved, and I think about him every now and then. I have not been able to figure out how to get back in touch with him, so that makes me feel a little bit iffy. Marshall makes me think of a place, which is a bit of a trigger, and a job I almost got. Eugene is a former co-worker of G's, who comes and visits every now and then there. He looks like Einstein. He's not much of a texter, but apparently he is quite social. Yeah, these are all really old-fashioned names, to be quite honest. But I did say it, and otherwise it's not that important. I'm more so focusing on the conversation. I'm glad we're having fun with this. But let's go. Colton it is, folks. But really, we can just jump into conversation. Oh, okay. Now it conked out. I don't know why it's doing that. It usually doesn't like that. And when it did that, the first time it did not chat. The second time, I did not. Is it lagging for both of you? I did, Ruby, but we don't have to focus too much on it. But I like it more than the one I was given. Gerald, I'm going to wait to make sure that you guys are hearing me. So now it's working? You hear me pounding at the keyboard. Some people call it typing. There was 4 other people there. I don't know if they're still there. You guys got it right, but we don't need to use it here where there's all kinds of random people tuning in and, I mean, I guess what would they do with it? I don't know, but I just want to be a bit more anonymous. But then, are they other fishing? Let's see. There's other fishing to see, but I'm the best one. At least fishing. That's good. But, like I say, you don't really have to do anything. You could just jump into the conversation. Bud, bro, dude, mate, girlfriend. They all work to me. And I actually prefer all those options over from sea to the sea. Sorry, it took us a while to get to that comfortable spot, but No, I do like it better than my. Let's put another one longer, but I do like it better than my. So. But no, I did not change devices. I'm not sure what happened there. Is that Wi-Fi dropped a couple times, and that's all I know. There was the monkey. I remember him. That sounded funny. I should have. That was good. Now let's put them all together. What's the name? No, I was kidding. Longest name in history. Anyway. So, is there a song people would like to hear before I wrap up? Is there anything stressing you out you'd like to talk about? I imagine, Ruby, that the kids must be, must be calling you for something or other, such as dinner. Dare ask what you're making. Enjoyed the time. I'm going to jump off. At least you're not jumping off anything dangerous. Don't ever do that. We miss you. I don't mean to trigger anybody, but, dinner time for the kiddos. So have you been watching with headphones? Because, I get a little bit wild and unfiltered sometimes. I'm not used to being around kids. I try to behave, but, Nice to talk to Luke and ... dude. Works for me. Easy. Works for me. Gerald Cole. Jericho. Well, okay, no, definitely not Gerald Cole then. My significant other made dinner. I like that phrase, significant other. Really? Well, hopefully you like it then. Yeah, unless it's such and such, I probably will. Thank you for the 13th like. Let's try and get to. Oh, G's probably leaving work now if he hasn't got left early, and he will probably be home in about 10-ish. Well, 20 minutes maybe. Hey. Speaking of Albert, how are you, Kat? And why are you an angry red M&M? When you can be, it's funny because I used to get that 14. I'm seeing 13. Oh, 14 now. I used to get this. I saw Suzanne today. When you can be a happy little Skittle, when you can be a rainbow, when you can be a purple, smiling purple. Yeah, I used to like M&Ms. It's been a while. Yeah, have a good night, Ruby. Heck, we're only 3 away from 17 now, so that's a pretty good goal. Not that I'm trying to be greedy or unthankful, but if you haven't liked yet, please do. Let's get me there, please. And then I need a nap. I'm tired. Yeah, this would be the first time. Well, as you can see, it's Unbroken, aka Luke. Not Unknown. And we got the 15th like, and we got Bro saying something about. I thought the Toy Story 5 was a long time ago. Yeah, and he's been a mod. I don't meet people on mod super quickly most of the time. And he's been following the channel for what? A couple months maybe? Well, you got to make the time, man. Write it into your schedule if you have one of those. I mean, I know you're not, you're 18 or you're 19. So, yeah, about 4 months. Are you sure? For months and months and months. But Kat's a little bit newer here, and I guess I made her because there was a couple times when she came in, and one time I was also doing it with a friend, and we were just trying to keep the flow going. It'll be 20 this August. 20 what? Oh, you'll be 20 this August. So I thought you were talking about how long you followed. Anyway, so I made Kat one pretty quickly, just because I could tell that she had good values, and we seem to respect each other quite a bit, so I appreciate that. Okay, and somebody else did like, if we can get 2 more, or, well, 5 of you, I think 2 of you that are still here have liked. So if the rest of you could, then I'll be able to wrap up and say, okay, great. I mean, it's been a great stream anyway. Yes, I guess I'm new but old now. I have been feeling young and old at the same time for quite a while, so I know the feeling. Yeah. Every time I think you've added a T. I don't know what NSAQ is, but maybe YT gave that to you. Yeah, I know earlier you were having a bit of, maybe it was buffering too much for you or you had some other distractions, but you were here for a little bit, which was good. Got my errand done, and yeah. Got to meet other mods, to meet people. Anything? Yes, she didn't know what his significant. He didn't know what his significant other. Yes, that feminine name confused me. Can't just say they. I think you'd be offended. It's like, actually, I'm still here because dinner isn't quite ready yet, and yeah, please don't come with they. It's like ote, not they. Anyway, why do I say ote so much lately? Well, not a lot, but a little. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so I have some projects to work on. Tidying to do, evening routines to get to. Yeah, for sure. It's always a good thing that you're not the only. Well, of course you're not the only one. Although I've dropped a couple, or some haven't been here in ages. One liked a written comment on something, but didn't say anything, and never ever was it. But G was mentioning the guy that I met her through. But yeah, I don't remember if Ryan is one. But anyway, yeah, and then we've got the rock stars hymith and that. What ones do you remember, Luke? I feel so bad that I'm not remembering some of them at the moment. Seem pretty nice. Cool. Nice to see you have a channel. Yeah, she does post a little bit. I met Ryan and Mark. Of course, I was just watching their stream earlier today. So Ryan is one. Okay, cool. Yeah. Is Angel? I believe so. Yeah, she's not here super often either because of you and how you always come and hog the stage. No, just kidding. No, I mean she's been doing some acting though, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that in her main lead in that role. No, and it's okay. I mean, I hope that it's not awkward if you're ever both here at the same time. I feel like she maybe told me recently that it kind of is, but I mean, come on, you had to help us. Can you blame a guy? I mean, that being said, I know that you got mad at me when I was mentioning something I was noticing, but you too, and you're cool as well. I do, yes. You do, yes. What? She was here not super long ago. Anyway, I know you haven't been here long yet, Kat. There's 2 other. It's just you and Luke, if I may call you that. Yeah, I don't know. The channel name. I like it. I understand it, and you probably feel it. Do you have a woman mod or a woman in general? It's like, well, you seem so wild. I'm sure you're a woman poly, even if you never said it to me before. No. And, oh, no. I mean, there's G. I don't know if he'd be as into that option. But it'd be good to know because as we, we still, the company, the love, the money, the support, all those good things that a partner before in general. I mean, it'd be nice to have that. Try that happening. I'd be open to that. And he'd want me happy, but I think he'd like money with benefits. So. He has said some very interesting things to me, though, G, before. Wow. A lot. That's really weird what the light is doing on that pillow, which I like to put my feet on because sometimes I don't like to feel the floor. Welcome at A. What do you mean by that? Oh, a lunar astronaut. Sorry. But, yeah, just, okay, so I'm falling behind. So what was I saying? He said he would like to ignore if they didn't wear so much makeup was one thing he said. And there was another one he said. I can't remember what. I mean, I don't like too much makeup on a individual in general, really. That I mean, no offense to anybody that wears makeup, but a lunar astronaut. It's a great name. So you're into astrology, science, all that stuff. I'm friends with benefits. Okay. But so now it's okay to check out the person walking past the house then? Thanks for your permission, Luke. I'm happy for you, bro. I wish that we were talking about actuality. I mean, it could be, but it isn't. I need some advice with the girl, too. What do you mean? Hello, Laura. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's only because you're young and you're not old school religious that you're so cool. Yeah, I agree. Don't cheat. Open communication. Where's Mark been? I guess he went to bed. He said he was going for a walk. How long is that walk? Probably went for a walk and then went to bed. Well, if you're actually in love, you can't cheat. Right, you find ways to make it work. Cheaters don't get nowhere in life. Well, unfortunately, sometimes they do, but anyway. Act yourself, never lie about that's hard, though, isn't it? I mean, I think we all tell them. It's so hard, when we're trying to protect somebody, not just ourselves, and we feel like we did something that made sense. I know when deep under the, you might lie sometimes. Not because I wanted, though, not to hurt you, But yeah. And it certainly wouldn't be about, like, whether I'm seeing someone or not. But yeah, we haven't talked a lot about that and whether, whether he'd be okay with me. I mean, he's going to be home right now, but he's had a long work day and we kind of want to get on with our evening. So I'm not going to say, hey, do you mind if we introduce a woman into our relationship? I can't help if you cheated. I can't help if you cheated. I'm sorry. I think you're meaning if she has been cheated on. I did not. She did, to be honest. I mean, sometimes it happens that way, unfortunately. And you're like, oh, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I say, this is what I say about that. We're all human. We all have attractions. We all have impulses that sometimes we act on. If we can try and, forgive, and if it's a pattern and it's a pattern without communication, I understand open relationships aren't going to be for everybody, but I do think that they make a lot of sense for a lot of people, and they take away, well, sometimes they can add jealousy, but they take away the jealousy. They take away the, because you have said, I'm okay with this as long as we, communicate about the person. I feel comfortable that they are a good person to be around you. Then it's kind of like, but communication is always key in any type of relationship. Never did make us girls mad. Just saying. And never make us girls mad. Not to make anybody mad. He's just doing funny voices to the dog. I never did. Well, not saying that you did. For real or the other one, I've learned the hard way when making women mad. Again, it's not a gender thing. Mad is mad. I've learned that. But anyway, I'm really happy G's home. So I'm going to wrap up. Sorry to a lunar astronaut who hasn't been here super long, but do feel free to subscribe, hit the bell. Never be jealous. That's not a good relationship with being jealous. No, but it's a human trait condition. So we have to learn to work on it. Anyway, it's been a lovely stream, but I have to, it's always stressed as well. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Sorry to rush off, but I have been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. You could have came earlier, lunar astronaut. We've got a chemist scientist just arrived. If you haven't liked yet, please do. We have 5 of you here. I know about who 3 or 4 of you are. But big facts, jealousy is very bad and can suck the energy out of people. Again, but it's normal, it's human, even not in relationships, and so we can with it.
There's a phone call I want to make, so I'm trying to get through.
Okay. To?
The doctor.
Okay, I don't know if they'll still be open, but I was thinking you shouldn't book that until after you've finished at work. You need those hours while you got them, and you shouldn't be away from work even if you want to be. And that makes sense to me.
I get paid for medical appointments.
Even with the way things are right now?
Yes. Anyway.
Okay, I just don't think it's a huge rush. Anyway, was nice meeting you, Kat. Goodbye, folks. Goodbye. By the way, China is on t-shirts first. That's some. Oh, okay. It looks like okay. Yeah, it didn't sound. Um, you call it. I'm not too sure. Sorry, I missed you leading healing. Oh, you are here, Mark. I was just saying you went out for a walk, and how long can the walk be? You probably went for your walk and went to bed, but you're here. Yeah, if you haven't liked yet, please do. I did not mean to be mod. Sorry. It's just energy-wise, evening routine. Even though like it's nothing that anybody else is expecting us to do anything other than maybe the dog, and ourselves. It's nothing that we have to like definitely rush off to, but some things we got to go do. So. I'm kind of surprised you're still awake, Mark. Here is G.
Hello.
And both of you guys are just dropping one-liners without even asking me. What one-liners? Asking you what? Didn't know there was something to ask. Is your dad proud of you? Yes. Why are you asking? Where is that coming from? What, you heard that?
No, but I'm just saying if there's somebody speaking annoying, just.
Well, I'm not too sure what to make of that. It's all in caps. It's kind of an odd question.
Some people just do that.
Whoa, wait a minute. Mad, my mental state only considerably worse, but okay. Wait a minute. What's happening here? Luke, don't be so nice knowing you guys. You didn't help with it though. I'm sorry we've been a bit rushed, distracted, and I'm keeping up the best I can. I don't know if you've asked enough specific questions. You said that you're open to it on you. I thought I gave some good input, but other than that, what else do you want me to say? I mean, if okay, there is a lot to see in a very short amount of time. I can see that person's comments later. The other one, and in the I am. Hi, Ari. Cat is fast. She's a fast cat, and I got them cat-like reflexes. The dog's pretty fast too, though. Just like okay, I'm seeing 15 on my end. I'm not too sure. I'm the queen, yeah. So am I. Just kidding. Mark is a cool dude. Yep. So am I. Nice knowing you guys. You didn't help me. Yeah, I did. Queen cat. Very much true, cat. Mad, my mental state only consider. Oh, it's considerably worse. Can't blame me for that, though. I tried to help. Lunar, get. I mean, I was a bit mad at you for saying that. Be nice. He was trying to help. Hello, broken spirit. What did I miss? A lot of stuff, apparently, and I'm just catching up myself. You guys were just throwing absolute generic one-liners. I mean, we gave a polyperfect. I mean, how many people are going to give you that? I mean, we did all we could to help. I don't know if we necessarily did, but you had to be willing to accept the help. And I don't know. I mean, maybe you didn't give us enough to go by to be able to. Sorry if it came off snappy, but no need to make us seem like we're in the wrong. Yeah, because we weren't. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm just losing it at this moment. Okay, he did apologize. I appreciate it. Sounds like you're going through something pretty recent that's difficult for you. You have our empathy. You have the support to the best of our ability to give it to you. And then, at some point it may or may not mean that you need counseling or something. I don't know. Don't push it. You shouldn't ask if you get what help. Lunar, what happened? He did say sorry. Or they did say, yeah, he did. I think he's a guy. I'm not sure. Don't push it. You shouldn't ask her. Sorry, never mind. All good now, but thanks for apologizing. So the stream's finished for today, or for right now. It is. God, all is good. You're okay. At a. I guess if you put the dot, it would type all of it, but it's pretty long. Mark, yeah, thank you guys for understanding. I actually didn't expect so kind of all of. You didn't expect us all to be so kind. Is that what you're saying? And it just caught you off guard, and you're like, I think that's what you're saying. Where are the emojis? Yeah. I'm glad that the comments are updating on this device because I did have to go up on this one. We did that restart. How long have you guys been friends for? Oh, well, that varies. I mean, a couple weeks maybe. Luke seemed to be thinking 4 months, or did you say 6? I think 2. G, 8 years. Mark and Kelly, 2 months. And you're struggling with your mental health. I think a lot of us have been there for sure. See, glad I'm good, and I'm good. I'm glad, and I'm good. That's a tongue twister. A few weeks. Yeah, I guess 2 is a few. But yeah, so see, okay, so we came to an understanding there with what I feel was a genuine apology, and it feels like Luke did as well. And thank you for the 16th like. And yeah, again, one thing I will say is the best to get better help need to be a bit more specific. The only thing that I kind of saw you saying is that you're going to cheat on. And I'm not saying that's not nothing, and where'd the 16th like go? But, and I'm not saying whether she would have been right or wrong to have done so, but actually I'm getting a very nice positivity from the stream, honestly. That's good. That's the intent. Where did the 16th like go? The misunderstanding or a misclick? Can you please put it back? Sweet 16. Glad to hear it. There is a heat wave in the UK. Yeah, is it still? Well, I don't know if you would have noticed biking. Is there still a nice breeze?
Oh yeah, there's some breeze.
Yeah, we should get out in it before the evening routine. Okay, well maybe it is. Well, I mean the 16th was showing on my screen a moment ago. I know it might not be matching what everybody else is seeing, but everyone here is very nice. Especially that Mark guy. Just kidding. And the other ones. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad all positive vibes here. But yeah, I mean, we'd be happy to, whether it's just being a little bit in the conversation, otherwise listening and maybe hearing some pearls of wisdom, wise Yoda stuff every now and then, or asking, like I say, more specific questions. We'll get to more specific support from me and others in the stream. That's what I can suggest. Make Hope and Mark Hope and Bob Hope and Mark the God. Pretty much. Yeah, hit the bell. Where are you watching from other than space? Just kidding. Just don't space out too much, eh? No, where are you watching from? I'm in Canada. Yeah. Always a cool dude, but trolls have seen my bad side. Yeah, sometimes you got to address them, but you don't want to get them angry. He wasn't being a troll. I could tell because he had said a couple other things. And do you like it there? Have you always lived there? Sometimes it's just better to ignore them, and other times it's kind of like, oh, say something, see what they might respond to it. Where is that 16th like? I'm obsessing now. I know it was there. And if you haven't liked yet, please do put. And yeah, I don't want to watch the Big Red, but I'm thinking it's a good candidate. Marky too. Thanks, Mark. Same to you. So what state and do you enjoy living in the States these days? He's distracted, I'm sure he'd have some opinions that would be similar to mine. It's a pretty diverse and great group here. I like your profile picture, by the way. Yeah, very much born here, nice country, aligns with your personal ideology. So I hate to get into politics, and there's 2 of you here now. Are you a Trump person? What is the personal ideology? I mean, if you say you're a Trump person, I might be able to figure that out. Interesting choosings there, Mark. Well, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. Knowing all the stupid stuff that guy has done, I mean, if people are for that, then I mean, it's best that we just not communicate and ignore each other. You know, so But let me know, because I do want to know, where it stands with that. Just like anything else can be talked about respectfully, though, pretty much. But I do have to wrap up soon, so I can't,
Well, how about
A lunar astronaut, are you there? I mean, I'm certainly more of a Republican, which that language, I mean, I know the word, I forget the meaning sometimes. But me, Orange Guy is just a child in a lot of fields, and he's just honestly not the kind of president I'd expect. Interesting phrasing. But not the kind of person you think should be running the country, is I think what you're saying. So nice save. Welcome, Angel. Oh, it's a different Angel, not your Angel. Although I think, not your Angel, I think Luke left. Where's that 16th like? If you haven't liked it, folks, please do. Now we're starting to flatten bags when we go to the paper bags that we get them in. It's amazing they don't rip more often, and I find it noisy just because I'm doing this. But I am very tired, and I do want to get on with things. But no, I'm pretty much like that answer, a lunar astronaut, so we can be friends. Is Kanye the goat? I always forget what that goat word means. Well, I mean, there's the heaven ones, but I was referring to the one that almost dated Luke that you were talking about earlier. Anyway, folks, if you haven't liked, please do. It's been lovely chatting. Greatest of all time. Oh, okay. What is Kanye the greatest of all time? I don't really like to place anybody in that category. I either like someone or I don't. Greatest? Yeah. I don't know much of his music, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, you can turn that off once it's set back right, because it might be nice to have it on when we come back in, but we also have to put the one up. We have to put the one in upstairs, but we'll be back in a moment. I forgot to ask, what's your name?
Okay, Jake can send you for his walk.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Now they all know. Anyway, to the area?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try and meet you there. Thanks for, I mean, I certainly heard the slang a lot, but thanks for reminding me. I was confused. We go. I forgot. To ask. What's your name, buddy? I don't like to say it after. We can just have a nice conversation. You can give me a nickname if one comes to mind. I'm in a noisy place, so I'm having difficulty hearing. Okay, then maybe I said it. That's good. Take care. I think eating is wrapping up. I'm trying to. Let's put a bow on this and continue it later, eh? Or maybe not. Anyway, and then I'm also sitting in a way where the sun's coming in strongly. I wish you all a great rest of the day. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight, but wishing you our wellness, happiness, genuinely. We're all in this together. Let's support each other the best that we can. I'm tired. I've got things to do. It's been lovely. Take care. And if you know my name, know that I don't always. Cool. Anyway.